Have you ever wondered what's going to happen during a home inspection?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a guide for it?
We do.
We do. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. And then at the end of this, if you want the guide, we can give it to you. So we're going to talk about it from the perspective of a buyer. So when you're getting a home inspection on a house as a buyer, what do you think the buyer expects? Like your first home inspection, what did you expect?
Well, I expect that the home inspector comes to the house and I meet them there. And together we look at every part of the house inside and out, and he tells me all the details.
So I was Sean's first real estate agent. So like he didn't have a license and me and Chad were his real estate agent. Now, when you thought that, what did I say?
You said, no, Sean.
No, Sean. No, Sean. Because I didn't want Sean walking around with a home inspector the entire time, because as the home inspector is talking to Sean and answering Sean's questions, what is he not doing?
Inspecting.
He's not able to
His
concentrate on the house because the home inspector's only got a certain amount of time that he can be there. So we want him to focus as much as possible on the house. And when did we get there?
In the last 30 minutes of the inspection.
Because then we want you to be there about the last 30 minutes. And then the home inspector can say, so here's what I found that I want you to see with your own eyes. We can talk about it. But you don't necessarily want to be there the entire time because the home inspector needs to focus on that. Now, when you got that first report, how'd you feel?
Overwhelmed, scared. Honestly, I felt like this house is not for us. There's too many issues.
Because the average home inspection is about 40 to 50 pages. So he was a first-time home buyer, and you grew up in how many houses?
Oh, my parents still live in the house I grew up in.
So y'all never moved?
No.
Never moved. So he had no home buying experience and no real home moving experience either. So we saw the home inspection report and went, oh, this is fantastic. Because it was about 40 to 50 pages long, but it was detailing things that are just normal to a used house. So let's talk about some things it found. What was one thing that concerned you and we were like, that's normal?
I think GFCI outlets in the kitchen.
Yes. It didn't have
GFCI.
Thank you. In the kitchen. And those are now code, like you have to have them. But this house was built, what, in the 70s?
In the early 80s.
Early 80s. So it didn't have them. Now, did we ask them to put some in?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either because we weren't really concerned about it. But if you are concerned, you could ask for those to be put in.
And because it was in the report as something that was wrong, I guess.
Right.
Wrong. I felt like we had to have it.
Right. And your real estate agent said,
that's not a big issue.
Not a big issue. Now, they found something in the attic with the chimney. Remember that? And we did get that addressed. We got a chimney guy to go out there and look at it. Chad went and looked at it.
Yep.
And then they did make a change on that.
Yes.
That's what you want a home inspection to do, is tell you the things that would stop you from buying a house. Not the things that you're going to run across on pretty much every house. Because your home inspection had that the driveway was cracked.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you've been in real estate, have you ever seen a driveway that didn't have any cracks?
Almost every driveway is going to crack.
Almost. You've got new construction now. Is your driveway cracked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
It just happens. Another thing that you find in houses a lot of times is they'll say that the window sills have failed. And that's pretty common. Now, you can replace those. And in your case, I think we did replace some of those. But it shouldn't stop you necessarily from buying the house. So if you're wondering, this is what I tell people about a home inspection. You're looking for things that are going to cost a whole lot of money to fix. You're looking for things that are dangerous, like say there's mold in the crawl space. You're looking for things that you're like, I mean, I would never live in a house that has this.
Right.
And then the other things you're looking at is, could this be my maintenance list I need to take care of after closing? Because in his case, there was some things we had to do after closing, but they had done a lot of things that were fantastic. Your kitchen,
Oh, yes.
you know, so you want to just kind of weigh that. But if you're a buyer and you're wondering a little bit more about home inspections, we have a guide we can send you. And then you just want to ask questions, because you can ask a seller to fix anything. But what can they say?
No.
They can say yes or no.
They can say yes.
Yes. And sometimes, like as real estate agents, we will get people that send the whole inspection report and say, we want you to fix everything. It's just not feasible. You can't fix the cracks in the driveway.
Right.
If you did, by the time it closed, there'd be a new crack.
Yeah, and I feel like as a buyer, if you are going to walk away from a transaction over a cracked driveway, the seller's, I would say, is not going to be intimidated by that threat.
No.
Because another buyer will come along and be fine with the cracked driveway.
Because even with new construction, they don't guarantee that.
Right.
There's a lot of things when you buy brand new construction where everything is supposed to be absolutely perfect. How long is it absolutely perfect?
Not long.
Not long.
It's just
Hours.
short time. Yeah.
Yes, short time. So remember, those home inspections are to help you, but you want to talk to your agent and say, is this normal? Like, is this going to pop up on most every house that are resales? And kind of let us give you some guidance there. So hopefully this helps.